know this isn't funny, but it kind of is funny. Bruh, so NaLyssa Smith, we know she was a former Indiana Fever basketball player about a year ago, bruh. Now, I'll be one to tell you, she has now been sent to 2 different teams in a matter of 6.
What does it look like when a promising career completely implodes in real time? It's not one single event, but a slow, agonizing freefall marked by packed bags, unfamiliar locker rooms, and the dawning realization that you've made a terrible, irreversible mistake. This is that story.
Today, NaLyssa Smith traded for the 2nd time this year. She'll be hitting her 3rd team in a matter of 365 days. NaLyssa Smith traded from the Dallas Wings to the Las Vegas Aces, and this should come to no surprise. As Kurt Miller said, literally, she was used as a means to get DiJonai Carrington.
This is the cautionary tale of NaLyssa Smith, a former number 2 overall draft pick whose career is now in a state of shocking turmoil. In less than 365 days, she's been on 3 different teams. A chaotic journey that isn't just about basketball, but about loyalty, ego, and a level of cosmic irony so perfect it feels scripted.
So this was not on my bingo card because truthfully, I don't really understand this trade. I never would have seen this coming. As a matter of fact, I don't think NaLyssa Smith saw this coming as she posted to Twitter, "Sick to my stomach, dog. Never seen this coming, but I love you, Dallas Nation. Thank you for everything."
To understand how far she's fallen, you have to see the incredible height she fell from. Just a short time ago, NaLyssa Smith was considered a cornerstone player. After a stellar career at Baylor, she was drafted by the Indiana Fever and immediately made an impact, earning a spot on the 2022 WNBA All-Rookie team with her impressive play.
So NaLyssa Smith just got traded to the Las Vegas Aces because she was stinking it up so bad on the Dallas Wings, and now her and DiJonai Dirty Mustard Carrington can't scissor by the pool late at night before games anymore. We tried to tell you, NaLyssa Smith, this is the beginning of the...
She was a legitimate force in the league, a double-double machine who averaged a strong 15.5 points and 9.2 rebounds in 2023. She had the talent, the draft pedigree, and a starting role on a team looking to build around her. But then, the franchise won the lottery, not just for the first pick, but for a name that would change everything.
The way that the WNBA is going, it is going up tempo, it is going fast. We are seeing these young rookies starting to really dominate in this league that is like kind of shifting into a different direction. And NaLyssa Smith is kind of the opposite of that. She has quite like a slow release time. She doesn't run up and down the court quickly, like she's pretty slow in fast breaks. She doesn't really have much.
That name was Caitlin Clark. Her arrival wasn't just a big deal, it was a golden ticket for every player on that roster. The world's eyes were now on the Indiana Fever. The arenas were sold out, the media attention was unprecedented, and Smith was positioned to be the primary beneficiary, a star forward playing alongside the most electric talent on the planet.
All you had to do was work on your game. You could have played with Clark, the face of the league, the most attention you got, and now your career is on the downfall. You about to bounce from team to team and probably soon be out. It's all you care about is your relationship, man. You don't care about balling. As long as it's about DiJonai Carrington, that's all you care about. And this is exactly why you're sick to your stomach getting traded from the bottom.
But while the rest of the world saw a dynamic duo in the making, something else was brewing behind the scenes. As Caitlin Clark began her historic rookie season, Smith's production began to slide. Her points dropped to just over 10 per game, and her rebounds dipped to 7. On the court, she often seemed disengaged, a shadow of the dominant player she was a year prior.
But my goodness, man. NaLyssa Smith. Yo. Man, talk about doing the Dallas a favor, fam. That is crazy work. Can y'all imagine a team with Paige Beckers and Juju on the same team? What in the world? If the Aces turn around and be a terrible team in 2026, woo! Oh man, that's gonna be crazy. that is going to be crazy work, man.
The reason for this shift soon became painfully clear. Her focus appeared to be not on her own team's success, but on her girlfriend DiJonai Carrington, a player for the rival Connecticut Sun. This conflict of interest was no secret, and it was about to spill onto the court in the worst way imaginable.
We knew if we could get NaLyssa in a trade, that even more could get DiJonai through free agency too. So it all worked out, but a lot of work went into that.
Did you guys hear all of his compliments of NaLyssa Smith? The compliments of her game, the compliments of her finishing ability, her rebounding ability, her mid-range ability, her defensive ability. Did you hear any compliments about her game, or did you hear, man, I knew if we could get NaLyssa in this shit show of a 4-team trade, then our main target in free agency, DiJonai Carrot Top Carrington, is more likely.
The situation reached a boiling point during a game where Carrington was noticeably aggressive with Clark. In one infamous moment, Carrington jabbed Clark in the eye, a cheap shot that drew gasps from the crowd. It was a clear act of unsportsmanlike conduct against Smith's own teammate, the face of her franchise.
Y'all, look at this. What is going on in Dallas? Dallas just traded NaLyssa Smith over to the Aces. And she tweeted saying she's sick to her stomach over this trade because they blindsided her. She had no idea this was coming, obviously, but she literally went to Dallas to go play with her girlfriend, DiJonai. And now they traded her. What is going on?
But Smith's reaction, or lack thereof, was what truly exposed the fractured loyalties. Instead of defending her teammate or showing any concern, Smith was seen sharing smiles and laughing with Carrington on the bench. The message was sent loud and clear. Her allegiance was not with the Indiana Fever.
Yes, they got rid of her for a draft pick, bro. They didn't even get a player out of this. I don't know, but I'm telling you right now, this is looking spooky. And it's looking like, allegedly, this could be a locker room situation. A trade like this, quick, fast, on and on. But one thing I can say, a trade like this happening means to tell me there was a reason behind the trade. And I'm telling you right now, I'm going to watch this story like a hawk.
This passive betrayal soon turned into an active escape plan. Smith began making cryptic posts on social media, hinting at her unhappiness with her role and the team. She was publicly cultivating a narrative of victimhood while her team was finally stepping into the national spotlight.
Was traded. No idea. You just wake up one day after having established a life somewhere, and now you have to go somewhere else and play with a new team. Like, this is crazy. And while that's just like the life of a professional athlete, this is how it's been done for years. And I think the same thing every single time. I just can never get over it, because like there is pretty much no other job where that is acceptable. Like, where you can just do that. Granted, I don't work in the corporate world, but I'm assuming in like a corporate job, if they want to relocate you to a different, out of state, they gotta like tell you, right? Like, you have to like be okay with that, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, man. And then for NaLyssa Smith to have been playing with DiJonai Carrington, her girlfriend, so now that family's broken up.
The final nail in the coffin was a digital one. Smith scrubbed any mention of the Indiana Fever from her social media bio, a move universally understood in professional sports as a demand for a trade. She was no longer just unhappy, she was trying to force her way out.
It's not as if NaLyssa Smith was contributing in a heavy way toward winning, either there or in her last stop with Indiana, and they get a first-round pick in what is to be a loaded draft in return. From the Aces side of things, it seems like a move to try to remain in contention, but I'm not sure how much it's going to work out because Smith can't shoot the ball, defensively has problems. We'll see if she can thrive next to Asia.
Eventually, she got her wish. In a blockbuster trade, the Fever sent her to the Dallas Wings. On the surface, this was exactly what Smith wanted. The move reunited her with Carrington, who had also joined the Wings. It was her chance to prove she could be a star away from Clark's shadow.
Like, she does not have a consistent cohesion and where she plays and performs really well from night to night. There was an in-game interview with Kurt Miller where he kind of let it slip that getting NaLyssa might have been like a carrot to dangle for acquiring DiJonai Carrington, who he really wanted, who, by the way, also hasn't been really performing really well with the Dallas Wings. And as a matter of fact, since she has been benched and she is out with an injury, the Dallas Wings have actually started winning a bit more.
This was supposed to be her redemption arc. She was free from the situation she resented, playing alongside the person she prioritized, and had a chance to become the undisputed leader of a new team. Smith probably thought she had finally won.
Not surprised. She's just not a good basketball player. I think she has potential, but she chooses to play a certain way, and it just don't translate. I think the Fever were right about her, huh? They got rid of her, and it was a good decision. She don't play hard. She don't. She plays when she feels like it. When she feels like it, she's pretty good. When she don't feel like it, she really don't feel like it. That's why I don't have much faith in NaLyssa Smith.
But the grass wasn't just not greener on the other side, it was scorched earth. Her dream reunion in Dallas immediately devolved into a professional nightmare. Her game didn't just dip, it completely collapsed. Her performance was catastrophic. Her scoring average was cut in half, plummeting to a dismal 6.7 points per game. Her rebounding shrunk to under 5 per game. Her minutes, once over 30 per night in Indiana, were slashed to a pathetic 19. The team itself became a disaster. The Dallas Wings, with their supposed power couple, stumbled out of the gate to an abysmal 111 record. Smith had gone from a key player on a rising playoff contender to a bench warmer on one of the worst teams in the league. Just when it seemed things couldn't get worse, the floor fell out from under her. 6 months. That's all the Dallas Wings needed to see of the NaLyssa Smith experiment before they decided to cut their losses in the most brutal way possible. In a move that sent shockwaves through the league, they traded her again, this time to the Las Vegas Aces. But the real insult wasn't the trade itself, it was what they got in return. Dallas didn't get a player back, they received a 2027 first-round draft pick. Smith, a former number 2 pick herself, was traded for a distant, unknown future asset. It was the basketball equivalent of being exchanged for store credit that you can't use for 3 years. Her reaction, posted to social media, was one of pure disbelief. Sick to my stomach, dog. Never seen this coming. Really, NaLyssa? You never saw this coming? You were averaging under 7 points on a team that had won a single game, and a trade blindsided you? And here's the final crushing twist of irony. The trade to Las Vegas didn't just end her disastrous tenure in Dallas. It ended the very partnership she had sacrificed her entire career for. The move officially separated her from DiJonai Carrington. The entire motivation for leaving a golden opportunity in Indiana to play alongside her girlfriend was wiped out by a single transaction for a future draft pick. She had chosen a relationship over a prime professional situation, and in the end, she was left with neither. Meanwhile, back in Indiana, Caitlin Clark continued to shatter records, lead the Fever to newfound relevance, and prove that true greatness is built on dedication, not drama. The two players were on diverging paths, one ascending to superstardom, the other spiraling into uncertainty. And so, the journey comes full circle. In just over a year, NaLyssa Smith went from an all-rookie star with a golden ticket to trade fodder bounced between 3 teams. She turned her back on a situation that could have defined her career, all because her ego couldn't handle sharing the spotlight. Now in Las Vegas, she faces the monumental task of rebuilding a career that's been derailed by her own choices. 2 teams have already decided she wasn't worth the trouble. This is likely her last chance to prove she belongs. The story of NaLyssa Smith is a brutal reminder that in the world of professional sports, talent can get you in the door, but character, loyalty, and professionalism are what keep you in the room. She had a front row seat to basketball history, and she chose to walk away.